This is probably you and your prospects right now. You're not making any money at all. People don't want to buy from you. And when you are charging people money, it's for nothing. It's for dimes and dollars and not for thousands of dollars or any high ticket offer. And so in this video, I want to show you exactly how you can price and correctly price your offer so that people actually want to buy from you and you get the benefit of actually having some cash, like finally hit that monthly goal or whatever retainer it is that you want to for your business. And so what I want to discuss in this video are three main things: how to price your offer and according to your value, how to communicate your value to the market, and exactly what people do typically when they are pricing their offer and the response that people get, and then also what I do and what all my clients do to charge multiple four-figure prices and actually generate multiple five figures in terms of revenue when it comes to actually getting money from people. And so it's so simple, but understanding that is the key. The information that people get from the market is just so limited and saturated, and so no one actually speaks about this as commonly as you think. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it. And so the first thing is that you want to price your offer according to the value they provide. Everybody says that, right? Alex Hormozi, every entrepreneur always says value, value, value. What does that actually mean? Okay, it's so annoying to understand and hear that multiple times without actually getting the actual answer on how you can do this. And so this is exactly how you increase your prices. Okay, you craft an irresistible offer. Actually understand what your market wants, what the people that you're selling to actually want. Don't just say, I just sell copywriting, I sell coaching, I sell uh, business help, growth operating. Like, it doesn't mean anything. There's no tangible outcome that people will have. And so you want to create a value stack. Do people get done for you services when they work with you? Do they get done with you consulting services when they work with you? Do they get free deliverables? Do they get something delivered to their house, a free podium or a trophy when they hit a particular goal with working with you? And that's really it. Stack more value. Look at what you can do to increase the value of what your clients are getting in your offer. And so how you can also do that as well, if it's something that you can't increase in terms of its value, you can go the opposite route, which is decreasing the time in which deliverables are delivered. So, for example, instead of getting someone a result within 6 months, can you reduce it to 4 months? Can you reduce it to 3 months? Can you get them a result in 1 week of working with them? And so, for our systems, we optimize for our fulfillment, right? We try to get our clients an immediate win as quickly as possible because it's so important to decrease the time before you get someone a result. Because if they can get the result within 1 week, just imagine how long and the LTV of that same person will be staying and be sticking with you, right? It's going to be much, much longer. And another thing is, how can you reduce the effort and sacrifice? If you're a fitness coach, how can you reduce the amount of time someone goes to the gym, how long they spend going to the gym? How can you make the dieting much easier for them? How can you make that process easier for them to actually do? And by doing these three things, value stacking, decreasing time, and decreasing the effort and sacrifice, you're able to increase your value of your offer so much more. The next thing is charging 10% of what value you're bringing. So, for example, in my consulting niche, let's say I'm charging 4K. That means you have to bring someone $40,000 back, right? 10% of what you're actually getting them. And so it's the same thing with fitness coaching. It's the same thing with investment property. Let's say investment property, you're getting someone a property that's $1 million. Then what you can charge them is, 10% might be too much, but 1% of what you're getting them. Okay. And I guess this 10% rule, it can vary, it can change depending on what niche you're in and how much value you're providing. But if you're able to charge a fraction of what you're giving someone, then it makes your offer even more irresistible and makes the pricing of your offer justifiable. Okay. The final thing is to charge a high ticket upfront on sales calls / discovery calls. If it's broken down in payment plans, increase the price. So, for example, a very simple concept that I learned from Alex Hormozi. Okay, if you're charging 5K, okay, you go through the discovery, you pitch, you say your pricing is 5K. You say, okay, the pricing for the investment for today and the value that we're providing, etc., is 5K. And your objection handle, you ask, Hey, so what does this look like on a scale of like 0 to 10? You ask all of your sales questions or whatever. Okay, I don't even want to get into that because sales is such a big topic. But you handle the objection, you realize it's just price. Okay, cool, bro. So, what exactly is it that you would need in terms of funding or help to make this easier for you? Okay, monthly payments. Okay, cool. So, what we can do is break it up into 4 monthly payments, but it'll cost you 6K. Simply from there, you've added 1K to your offer, to your price. And it's just such a simple but small change because you're anchoring people for a PIF today. If you pay 5K today, bro, we'll actually get you down for a discounted rate, which is what people typically go down for. But let me know, and we can make that work for you. Otherwise, we can do a 6K split. So you either get a 5K PIF or you get a 6K LTV over 4 months. How good is that? Okay. The next thing is you want to know how to communicate your value to the market, because if you don't know how to speak to your ICP in your personal branding, in your content, in your YouTube, in your reels, in your stories, then there is no possible way for them to actually want to buy from you, for you to convince them that you're the solution to their problem. And this is what most people do. Okay, they look at what the market charges, they look at what coaches are charging, what consultants are charging on Instagram. They're trying to funnel hack them, which is a bit unethical. I take an average, they charge below the market. Okay, they look at what the average of the market is. Let's say it's 2K, they charge 1.5K. Okay, and they copy their content, their styling, their branding, their font, their music. They create the same offer with the same unique selling proposition. There's no differentiation between you and someone else. You're just the same person who just charges a little bit less. And you create something valuable, your coaching, your time, your guidance, your clarity for a cheaper price. And what is the result, right? You decrease the emotional investment for your client. They don't care. They're giving you $500 a month for coaching, or $50 a week for your coaching, or $100 a week for your coaching. They don't care. Like, this is pennies for them, right? Someone who's working a full-time job is likely earning 1 to 3K a week. And so what is $100 a week going to do for them? They don't care. Okay. And as a result, them not caring is not going to get you a client result. And it's a flywheel. You get clients who don't care, they get bad result. Your front end marketing is going to be horrible. You're not going to get any more new clients. And so you'll be charging the same prices, and people will constantly perceive the value of your offer as being reduced and being lower in the market. Okay, you also get annoying clients who demand so much from you, like they're paying you consistently and they're always pestering you. I've had experience of this in the past when I used to do appointment setting for people, when I used to do content marketing for people, and they would just ask and demand so much. Matt, where is my content? Matt, change this, change that. The font looks bad here. And just for one video, the amount of demand that they ask from you is insane. And people who want to buy these low ticket offers, like these low ticket school communities or like these free school communities, they just want free things, more free things from you. They don't see you as someone who is a valuable solution to your problem. They see you as someone who can just give them free value and a bit of dopamine when they want to. Okay. They're not dedicated and they're just annoying. Okay. Now, the other side of things is what I do, what I charge 4 to 10K for, and what my clients consistently charge 1 to 5K for. Okay. I mean, depending on the client, it really depends on the offer. But fitness coaching, for example, or investment property, they're two very different niches. Are coaches that I am currently working with right now. And in the future, we'll focus on more business related coaches because I actually enjoy that more, like working BDS. But anyways, so my fitness coaches charges between 1 to 3K, and essentially, this is what allows them to do that. Okay, and then in the investment property niche, we're charging people 10K because housing is a super high ticket offer, and so this is what we think about. Okay, this is what we do. So we look at what the market charges. We look at every single person in our niche, which we want to take inspiration of, people who are already doing well. We take an average, okay, and we charge more than what they charge because we want to charge premium prices. You don't buy a nice car because it costs that much. You buy it because it has a premium feel to it. People know that when you're driving the car or wearing Louis Vuitton or an expensive designer brand, that there comes with a lot of value. And so people can make cheap, horrible alternatives, but it still retains the value. People still want to have that branding attached to themselves. So that's why we buy expensive clothing, cars, cameras, etc. And so the next thing that we do is create a unique style of content and an offer that people actually want. We do market research. We reflect with our clients. We ask them, what exactly is it that I can change and can adjust so that it makes it more palatable for you? How can I make this offer irresistible so that no matter what the price is, you're willing to pay? And obviously, you have to do a balance between the purchasing power of your client, what they can actually afford, plus also the value that you can provide to them. And so changing your business model, changing your offer in accordance with purchasing power, and having an equilibrium and a beautiful concoction of those three things will really allow you to thrive in your business, in your client results, and everything. It just makes things much more smoother. Okay, and then finally create a product that's more valuable than the price. The amount of value that you bring to someone, okay, for me, it's getting someone back 100K and I'm charging 10K, for example, right? I'm not saying that my price is actually 10K, but you always want to provide more value than the price of the cost, the investment that someone puts into you. And what is the outcome of this? Okay. What happens when someone invests more, right? It increases the emotional investment for a client. They'll be like, holy crap, I've invested 10K into this person's course. I'm going to listen to every single thing that he says. I mean, he already got me to the point of giving him money. I have to execute now. All I have to do is execute. And then from there, people who take action, people who execute, get increased client results because people are emotionally invested and they actually want to get the result for not only for themselves to get their money back, but now you have an amazing client result and the perceived value in accordance to the market is much higher. People will see your product just like the LV in the business, the LV equivalent, the McLaren equivalent in your niche. And so people will come to you, and now you will attract dream clients who require less attention because they're action based thinkers who take action. All you have to do is create SOPs that are replicable and guide them through that process so that they can get the result quicker because they are going to take action, right? They paid you a lot of money and they are going to take action because what they want from you is a way to get results but quicker with your processes because they're already trying, they're already trying to get that result for them themselves, but they're just missing some key information and clarity, which is what your coaching consulting will offer. And that's exactly what will allow you to increase your prices. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more, and I wish you all the best. Catch you later.